All right, guys, welcome back. Another episode of URA's Pew Talk. Got myself, Rooney, and of course, P90 guy.
How's it going?
So I thought this would be kind of a good new trend. Every time we go somewhere, we talk about the fun we had. I think eventually I'm going to try to get some of the locals who play there to join us as well. There seemed to be some interest. I know Holiday and Grinch said they want to join in, but for now I want to hear from a noob of noobs,
Yep.
P90. First trip out, man, at Roanoke, one of my favorite fields. What'd you think, man?
So I thought Roanoke was a very beautiful place. It was a great field. Weather was very nice that day. Surprisingly, it was supposed to be rainy, but it was actually super sunny.
Thank God we
Which
beat
I was
that,
not.
right?
I was not particularly well dressed for that sort of weather, but it was great.
Yeah, you
Um,
were wearing you had your full rain kit on. God,
yes,
I could
yeah,
see
I
you
was I
across
was
the field.
ready. I was like, yeah, I thought I was gonna get drenched that day, but that was not the case at all.
Yeah,
And so yeah, got there. It was um, really nice sort of vibe from the field. I think it's going to be, especially like the decoration was very, very nice in terms of like, it's going to look really good for, Genesis. It definitely has that post-apocalyptic kind of feel. And kind of like, I think it's kind of a scrap heap and they have like, there's that one, I forget which base it was, but one of them has that RV with the, like fallout shelter thing on the outside, a bunch of spikes and
oh
stuff. That was cool.
yeah, yo, yeah, you're talking about. I believe that one is Bravo. Bravo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's their cannibal village for their zombie games, and they just
that
leave the
figures.
decorations up. In fact, for those of you, if you actually went further towards the ravine west of the field from there, you'll find some zombie pieces up in the trees. Um,
Oh,
yeah, they do a big zombie walk every October. It's pretty cool.
that's cool. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
it was the ambience is really nice there. I Most of the people there were very cool. I found the people that frequent that field tend to be pretty solid people. Um, I met a couple of cool guys there. Um, the owner of the field, I think it was. I don't know if he was actually the owner, but he's the guy running the front. He was a cool guy. I
Talking about
talked to him.
Holiday with the big
My
beard.
Yeah, I think
Oh
so.
yeah,
Yeah, that was him.
he's like the field manager. Yeah,
Yeah, like the
John.
John Lennon glasses on. That was
Yeah,
cool.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's like the number one guy out there. And then you got John Davis. He wasn't there. He was actually at the shop. The shop is downtown Roanoke. It's about a half
Yeah,
hour away. So John was running the shop, and Holiday and Grinch they run the field.
yeah, yeah. So he was cool. I thought I was definitely okay for the first. I think pretty much the entire game except the last one. I was always on the losing team. Uh,
Yeah,
and
I
frankly,
contributed to that. Yeah.
yeah, you absolutely. No, there's something to be said about that, I guess. You made it a point to not be on my team all of those games.
Look,
It seemed.
it wasn't a point, man. It was guys when you volunteers to make teams even, and I always like to volunteer first. You didn't
Yeah,
volunteer with
yeah.
me, so you didn't get to be on the winning team. That's what you get for being a draftee. All right, you
I
you
know.
gotta volunteer.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
man.
that was cool. Um, yeah. So I think definitely it's a game, it's a field. You definitely want to have a higher powered weapon for sure.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna talk
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Green tags. It seems like it's supposed to be set up to when you see green tag, it's like, oh, you have zero MED with semi and then 50 with full auto. It's like that's what you want. But when you actually get out there, the chances of you getting within 50 feet of somebody in an engagement are very slim. And so having a yellow tag is actually far more advantageous. And I kind of wish I hadn't modified my gun after going there. But yeah, it was a good time regardless.
Yeah, what he's talking about, guys? You haven't been to Roanoke. Roanoke has the hottest field rules. And good or bad, everybody. I don't know. I kind of love hate it. It's so they allow yellow tag. Typically is like 1.8 joules, and you're semi locked with about a 75-foot MED. Well, here it's 50 foot. But really anybody can use it, right? You still got the semi, you still got the range, but this is why it's a hot field is they allow up to 3 joules for their snipers, and that's bolt or semi-locked DMRs, right? So that's huge. That's huge, guys. That's huge,
Yeah,
and
that was
and
wacky. I was like, I actually was almost in disbelief when I saw you going up there and getting a red tag or a DMR. I was like, wait a second, because it said sniper rifles. I was like, oh, it must be bolt action sniper rifles.
yeah,
No, no, it includes DMRs too. Okay.
yeah. This field, yeah. It's funny you say that because originally, typically I always run at at 80 psi. I'm hitting 1.8. I'm perfect. I'm still hitting 80 yards. I'm happy, you know. But
Yeah.
Grinch, he's always going up against me. He's like 1v1 all day long, is what we do. And he
Yeah.
he finally convinced me to go red tag. And I was like, "Are you sure, man? I mean, I kind of like the mid. That's overkill. That's my thing. It's overkill. It's overkill."
Hmm.
He's like, "Ah, so I went to 2.5, right? And I got to see what it was all about.
Yep.
It was. I can't wait to post the video. The video's gonna be. It was for those of you that know the field. I mean, I would go to Echo or Echo Outpost, really anywhere there, and I could beam you at both Alpha and Bravo. It
Mhm.
was nuts. It was nuts. And what he was talking about losing side, we had the first round was at TDM, the warm up game, and I didn't realize it, but they had four. There's 3 red tags like me, Grinch, and Beef,
Mhm.
right? And then most of them were yellow tags, and they had the big LMG. And I watched as just the four of us just had a scrimmage line. Y'all couldn't move up to save your lives. We were
No,
beaming
it
you.
was awful.
It
Yeah, it
was,
was like Normandy Beach. It
oh,
was,
dude,
yeah.
we were. I mean, I know I got some videos, some guys like, if not, they had to be beyond 100 yards the way that we were shooting. It was just, I felt
Yeah.
so bad. There's this
You're
one,
at an inherent advantage if you have an LMG or a DMR in that field, for sure.
yeah,
Like there's,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I want to do a video about. I want to do one with the whole crew, and I want to get everybody's opinions on, is it what would be a more kind of enjoyable maybe game? The low key kind of the field standard rules, or the Virginia standard, where it's everything's kind of tailored for more mid range, close range, get in the fight.
Mhm.
Or do we want more fields like Roanoke, where you can have a overpowered weapon, but everybody's firing from 100 yards away, and it
Yeah.
becomes almost real world. It certainly
Now,
was for me when I
here's the
joined your
thing.
team.
Here's
Yeah,
the thing. I think that the longer range DMR type thing is interesting, and I think that there's a place for that, and it can be very enjoyable. But the game modes, how they were set up in that one, how close the spawns were to each other, it just was not fair. Like you basically couldn't leave your base without getting shot at.
yeah,
Yeah, and the fact that you couldn't shoot inside the base, a lot of the time was for some of the game modes was yeah, you were kind of there was all the rule about not spawn camping, but um, there's really no way to kind of keep that from happening when you're shooting guns that are shooting like 150 feet away and they
oh
can shoot
yeah,
your spawn. Yeah, so
and
it's like
that's
yeah,
I'm with you, man. I'm probably not going to put this bit in the video just because if you didn't have my internal monologue, it wasn't cool, you know. But I
yeah,
watched when we did the second round, we were all fighting over Echo, you know. I watched as my whole crew, because we saw what worked last time. We did the same thing, and I watched as I got the LMG and a DMR on my right. Another Grinch goes down to the plane like he did before. I'm at Echo, and I'm just watching this scrimmage line of a crescent moon moving in again
yep,
on Bravo base, and I just kind of stood back and I watched, and I'm like, this is overkill.
hmm,
Jesus Christ. And I was
yeah,
like, I think I might have said, yep, I'm changing teams. They need help. And that was like
yeah,
5 minutes into the match, and I felt like, it was also, I think, because Bravo had a lot of new guys, or the blue team, or whatever team you were. You had a lot of
yes.
newbies,
We
right?
did, and it was I
Yeah.
tried to kind of be like an NCO and started trying to rally people up to flank, but the thing was, um, yeah, no one really wanted to listen, and everyone just kind of wanted to for the it was the ambassador game mode. Everyone just wanted to kind of to skirmish right in the middle. and shoot each other
Hmm.
with yellow tag guns. All the yellow tag guys were like, oh, let's just shoot down the middle and keep them occupied while we flank with the green tags. But the thing was, we had no one to keep their heads down on the sides
Yeah, it
because we
was.
couldn't range them. So yeah,
Yeah, it was. I was ready to hit y'all, man. I put the DMR out. I was just using that shotty. I wanted y'all to breach so bad. I was like, "Bring it,
yeah,
baby. CQB
nah,
time."
yeah. No, we didn't get within I don't 100 feet of the
No, you
compound.
you actually had so well, I want to take it back a spell when we were doing the Echo game, and you said it was hard to get people. I was getting finally people to rally. It was I think the biggest thing for newbies is learning how to engage a long range guy. You got to use cover to your advantage, and a
Yep.
lot of people are just straight running. Like, dude, you're dead. Don't even do that. I
Hmm.
was. I don't know if you saw me at the cars, but I had probably 6, 7 guys. I was just pointing. You go here, you go here, and we started leapfrogging. We finally got to Echo at the end of the bell, but yours, we actually did have. All right, here's a tip. All right, here's a tip. If you're ever attacking Bravo to Alpha, all right, I'm gonna tell you right now. For the longest
Hmm.
time, and only probably the last maybe 2 times I've been to Roanoke, have I been on the Alpha team side. Okay, for some reason, luck would have it, Holiday always puts me on the damn Bravo side. Okay,
Yep.
okay, every time, and it's hard.
Yep.
But after the last game, a couple weeks ago when I posted my vid, I found the sweet spot. If you're attacking from Bravo to Alpha, whatever the game mode is, your goal is to take that damn medical tent. You take the medical tent,
Yep.
and that's what y'all did. You guys
Mhm.
had 2 or 3 shooters in the medical tent firing at us at Alpha. I was like, okay, now we're keeping our heads down. And then from the boat, you had some guys at the stern that were
Mhm.
just destroying people on our side. So like, okay, they're finally hitting it. And we actually had some very close breaches. There were some folks that hit those black dominoes,
Yeah.
bounded, and we had 1 or 2 get to the doorway, but they didn't realize there was like 2 of us stacked in there like Helm's Deep. We were ready to take you down.
Yep.
But yeah, they were. I think if that game mode, it was very interesting, but I like to see it kind of play out a little longer.
Mhm.
Um, just because I feel like if y'all were given enough time,
Yes.
it would have worked. It
I
really would
feel
have worked.
like
Yeah,
honestly, all of the game modes were kind of like that. I think there was just enough time to see Codebreaker through to the end. Just enough.
just enough.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That if it was like 10 minutes shorter, we wouldn't have been able to do anything.
It's
Um,
yeah, Code Red. I love that game. That's the
yeah.
fastest I think a 45 player game has ever beaten it.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Every time I play that one, um, there's the 3 teams, and it always happens the same way. You got one team. There's always 1 or 2 teams that'll split up half and half, which is what happened. And there's always a third team that just says, "Oh, we'll just defensive shell it.
Yeah.
We'll just sit here. Nobody wins.
Mhm.
They can't steal our number."
Yeah, that was
Um,
yellow.
yeah, that was
Yellow.
yellow. That
Yeah.
was the yellow team. They were like, "Nope." I saw their heads every once in a while, and for some reason they decided to fight the Echo team out at the
Yep.
red building, and I'm like, why? Why the hell are you out there? You're
Mhm.
basically you opening the door for the Bravo team to get you. Oh, that's exactly what they're doing. Oh, got
Yep.
it.
Mhm.
There's 2 fronts, guys. 2 fronts are hard. That's why I love them. I
Yeah.
would have
I
loved to
saw
have.
red was like they brought out it had to have been at least a dozen people, like 2 squad size elements I saw just moving across to that. Yeah, they just absolutely I don't know what happened at yellow, but they stopped doing anything to us after that. So I
Yeah,
assume
they
they probably got quashed. Yeah.
they were having an insane death match. They
Yeah.
Yeah, they were having a death match for sure. I don't remember the colors, but yeah, you guys were pushing hard on the Echo team, real hard. You guys were
Yeah.
working pretty good. But I don't know. I feel like a tip for all those who might play a code breaker, or maybe try the side mission in Badlands. A tip is you don't need a huge defensive team, guys. Just some good LMGs and make
Yeah,
your
that's
attack
true.
force have
Just
some
volume of fire.
bodies.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like it was kind of crazy. I know that the guys at Echo, I know are having a good time fighting you guys because y'all just kept bringing it. And there was one guy, I didn't get his name. Um, I know I got some pictures on him with my GoPro. He was almost all by himself. He was just wearing a black shirt. Remember this guy in blue jeans? I think he
Yes.
had 1 gun and maybe 2 mags. and he was the bravest son of a gun I've seen out there. He was just attacking Echo constantly,
Yep. I
constantly,
know who you're talking about.
constantly. You
That
know
guy
what I'm
was,
talking about?
yeah, he was, yeah.
I don't know his name. He was just hitting it hard. Man. He had the long black hair, um, and he kept every time he attacked, he got like a foot closer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He finally got it, and I was like, oh my gosh! And he was like, yeah, still got energy. I'm gonna go get the other one now. I was like, holy smokes, you go,
Yeah, that
bro.
guy had stamina for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he don't have no health problems, probably. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I was a little envious. Like, damn, this looks so much fun. But
Mhm.
yeah, I really wish that made 63 teams at 20 would have been awesome. My original plan was to drop you guys down to the southern part of the field and let y'all
Mhm.
fight through the woods. Um, but I said, there's not really enough numbers for that. Let's just keep it small, localized, and chaotic. And you guys
Yeah.
surprised me because you guys got it, and we only had, I think, 4 minutes left. I mean, you guys were right. We heard the little. First of all, guys, if you're gonna blow a horn, hold that button down. You don't gotta like. It's not gonna bite you. Whoever hit it, it was like. I was like, was that the horn? That was the
Yeah.
horn. Like we had to second guess it. It was kind of funny. And you guys won. That was awesome. I love that game mode. But yeah, the Badlands will have a much larger version of that, obviously, on the field. You'll be told where your number is. Uh, Eventually, you'll be told where the other ones are, but you kind of have to find them. There will be the briefcase, and when you open the briefcase, you will be given another mission. There'll be like a catalog in there with some next steps, and it'll be like a 3 or 4 chapter mission as you
Yeah.
go. So if nobody gets that briefcase open, I guess nobody has a chance to get more cooler missions.
Mhm.
But I think that'd be super fun because for those, hopefully you've been paying attention. Hopefully everybody else is paying attention. But there's gonna be a lot going on. There's gonna be a lot going on
Yeah.
for
I'm
that
excited
for that
about that.
event. Yeah, man. Yeah, we're looking real good for that one.
Mhm.
I think we're up to 45 more U.S. guys finally have
Yeah.
joined the ranks. So that's pretty good. But yeah, man. So your first Roanoke fight. That's gonna be awesome. So
Mhm.
let's see. You're coming with us to Badlands. Heck yeah.
Yep.
And let's see. After that, where are we going? Where are we going after that? Oh, duh. May. A lot of CZ. We're going to CZ and Rush in
Yeah, I
May.
saw that. Yeah. On itinerary.
Yeah, some more new fields for you. You're gonna have some fun,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah,
And
and I haven't now. I pretty much didn't even know CZ existed until a couple weeks ago. So that's going to be an interesting
yeah,
one to go to.
perfect. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the new field. So it's I saw
Yeah.
the pictures from last weekend. It looks phenomenal. They're still working on it, but yeah, it's gonna be really fun for those weekends we come up. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. Well, awesome, guys. Well, hope you liked that little after action report, guys. That was pretty fun. I can't wait to come back out. Oh my gosh. Next time I'll probably just bring the assault and go low key again. That DMR is just too much.
Yeah.
It's too powerful. All right, guys. Well, hey, catch us next time, and we'll chat later.